the pistol shrimp. Do the pistol shrimp.
Welcome to the Shrimply Good podcast, the podcast for Pistol Shrimp Baseball. I'm Lucas Burris, joined by Dom Liacone, and welcome to the first episode of the 2022 season presented by Star Union Spirits. Dom, it was another exciting week of Pistol Shrimp Baseball, but every time I said that last year, we were inching closer to an end. We are back, and we are better than ever, Dom.
It feels good, Lucas, to start another Prospect League season, to be here with you on the Shrimply Good podcast, and to keep things rolling. We've got kind of a new squad this year, a little bit of a reset, but it's going to be a fun year. I have a feeling that the Shrimp are going to do some good things.
Yeah, we haven't even met everybody who's coming to town yet. We're still, feeding those temporary players, giving some of those guys their last hurrah in the game of baseball. Namingly, the one that pops in my head right now, Damon Castillo and Gary Maynard. I think Damon Castillo's last game of his career is tonight, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to ask
think
Dan
you're
about
right.
that, but I'm almost positive. So, maybe we'll have a little fun on the broadcast tonight, but that's the kind of stuff that we're going to see this season in the beginning. Those players that we saw last year, one last round. Then we're meeting this whole new group of players, and some of them have already made an impact. I will go through that, but there's so much just exciting stuff in and out of the game that, we're going to talk about and get to. And there's so many good takeaways this week, Dom, but the record, not so much with the Pistol Shrimp. 2-3 to open up the season. Not where we'd want to be, but no shame in that because just a game and a half out. We're doing fine. Everything's good. So I think we're doing pretty well in all the terms of everything, getting our footing underneath us, and we're coming off a big win. But we started off the week with a loss, and Dom, I just want to kick it right into it. Let's talk about the opening day game for the Pistol Shrimp as we open up this episode 1 of the 2022 Shrimply Good podcast season.
Well, we traveled to Danville for our first ever radio broadcast as well, which was super exciting. So to catch us on the air, me and Lucas, go ahead and get on that Pistol Shrimp app, or we're on Mixler at Pistol Shrimp Baseball. So if you want to tune into our road games as well. But we took the L at Danville 8-4. We started off hot. We got 2 runs in the first inning. We were feeling good, but Danville ended up catching up. They had a big 3-run 8th, and really the thing that kind of we shot ourselves in the foot with was the errors, but also the tough hops that we got on that Danville turf. I was talking to manager John Jackmick before the game, and he said that usually sometimes at Danville, it's hard for players, especially visiting players, to adjust to that field that you play at Danville, because it is a little bit of an older stadium. It's very historic, and it's a nice field, but the hops that you get on that grass, and then when they come into the dirt on the infield, are tough. And that's what happened. We saw a play at third base that we couldn't make. I believe that was Luke Adams over there at third that just had a tough hop that he couldn't get to. He tried to dive over to the glove side. He couldn't make that play. And then at second, Caleb Johnson he got a tough bounce that went right over his head. And that's what ultimately ended up giving Danville the momentum, a 3-1, a 3-run 6th inning, and then as well as a 3-run 8th inning. But looking at some of the batting lines, Luke Adams, a nice start with a double. Isaiah Hart, the man out of Purdue Fort Wayne, with another 2-bagger as well. Damon Castillo and Isaiah Hart both have RBIs. Luke Adams with a stolen base, which is nice to see because he can really do it all for us. He's got the speed, he's got the size, and he's got the bat, and we'll talk about him more next game as well. But one stat that really stands out to me, and this is going to be a theme that we're going to see throughout these next few games that we talk about, are the errors for the Pistol Shrimp. 4 or more errors here, and we had 4 on the night on June 1st. So that's something that's another takeaway that I think the Shrimp can work on throughout the season as we progress is playing cleaner defensive baseball.
Yeah, I really want to talk about the start of Tyler Conklin, though. He was absolutely rolling in this game through 5 innings of work. He ended up only going 5 1/3 because of those 3 runs given up in the 6th, but through 5 innings had only given up, I'd say, like 2 hits and 2 runs, and he had struck out 4. He did end up giving up that home run, and that was, the big thing. But I mean, really, Tyler Conklin looked really good on the mound. A really good start for the returning Shrimp. And this one, he's going to be one of our key starters this year. And it was really good to see on the mound. The stat line's not going to look that good, but it's a game. I think if your manager, John Jackmick, and head coach Steph Henderson, you're looking at that and you're going, that's a good start. That's a good way that we can start the season. Hey, maybe we'll pull you an inning earlier next time or something like that. Maybe we'll not let the leash go as far in your first start. But I thought Tyler Conklin looked really good on the mound. And then Evan Heine came in and pitched really good 2 innings as well. So I think the Pistol Shrimp pitching staff is going to be the big takeaway that we'll talk about as well. Once we get past those errors, a lot of the runs this year for the Pistol Shrimp unearned. The defense is still trying to figure itself out, but we are head and shoulders ahead of the pitching staff that we had last year. And that's exactly what manager John Jackmick says coming in. And we'll see that in some of the pitching lines we say coming up. But it was a tough opening day loss for the Pistol Shrimp, an 8-4 loss on the road to Danville. So Pistol Shrimp started 0-1. Danville started 1-0, but the Pistol Shrimp would pick it right back up in game 2. We came home. It was the home opener. It was South Claw Sam's 4th birthday party, and 1,600 fans packed into Schweikert Stadium at Veterans Memorial Park in Peru to see this one, and the Pistol Shrimp gave them exactly what they wanted, Dom.
Yes, they did, Lucas. They came away with, 11-5 victory over Rex Baseball, a big 3-run second inning, and then a 6-run sixth. The home run ball definitely played a factor. We saw Luke Adams go deep for the first homer for the Pistol Shrimp in the 2022 season. Then just a few batters later, Gary Maynard going the opposite way. In fact, when he came back into the dugout, I actually heard him say that's the first opposite field homer that he's ever hit, and all the guys were cracking up about it, which is awesome to see. So a good temp player that was full time for us last year, but he brings such a fun energy to the dugout, and that's a really good thing to see. To get runs on the board early and get yourself some support. Now, Rex did have a 2-run third inning that they kind of, came back a little bit there, answered quickly, but the Shrimp after that just put the foot on the gas pedal, and they did not let that lead go at all. They played much cleaner baseball this time out, but really the key for me here and something that stands out, you've got your guy Noah Schultz, who made his prospect league debut. He went 2 1/3 inning, kind of was a little limited, wanted to just ease him in to the prospect league, obviously, after being a graduated senior from Oswego East High School. But I mean, he was topping out at 97 with a mid-70s wipeout slider that looked absolutely filthy throughout his time on the mound. He only gave up 2 hits and just 1 earned run, but the 6 of the 7 outs that he recorded, Lucas, were from the punch-out ball. So he looked really, really good on the mound, and that's something exciting to see as he gets more time on the mound, and we'll see him this upcoming week.
Yeah, I think Noah Schultz is a key story to watch early in this season. We do not know how long he's going to be with the Pistol Shrimp. It is up to Noah to decide that fate, but he is here with us, pitching in front of some scouts, looking to get his name out there. He's one of the top 50 prospects coming up in the 2022 MLB draft. He's looking to get, his stock on the rise. He just graduated high school. He's got comparisons to Randy Johnson. I mean, let me tell you, fans, we got some exciting stuff happening. We talked about Ryan Ironman last year and all the things he does. Noah Schultz is coming in here trying to get drafted in the first round of the MLB draft. You're not going to see that every day of the week. Even if you go to any minor league baseball game, you're not going to see those kind of prospects. So I think it's really, really exciting to see Schultz on the mound. And he looked really, really good in his first outing for the Shrimp. And we are positive he's going to pitch again this week. So make sure you're coming out to Schweikert Stadium to see that. But this was some really good pitching performances in this game from the Pistol Shrimp. Schultz started it off. Kevin Davis had an okay outing after that, gave up 1 run on 2 hits and just under 2 innings of work. But the big one, Jared Herzog, 3 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 3 walks, but 6 strikeouts. He looked so good on the mound in his Pistol Shrimp debut. The freshman pitcher from Rockford University, full-time pitcher, local kid from Ottawa. He'll be with us all season long, and I thought he just looked really, really good on the mound.
Yeah, it was fun to watch him, and when you're getting 6 punch outs in 3 innings and you're working efficiently like he did, it's great to see. And of course, the free passes, you'd like to see those cut down because you don't really want to average a walk an inning. But all Herzog really he wasn't missing by much at all, to be completely honest. He looked good. His stuff was nice. And I think that Jackamick could legitimately use Jared as a man in the rotation coming up. It just continuing to develop him. I mean, as you mentioned, Lucas, he is young, but he's got some good stuff from the left side. And when you've got Schultz to start, and then you bring in a guy like Herzog, who, obviously, not a lot of guys are going to throw as hard as Noah, but when you can mix up speeds with your pitchers, that's going to make them really, really effective.
Yeah, the interesting part about this game is Kevin Davis came out of the bullpen after Noah Schultz, who is also 6'9". I bet Rex is like, where did you get 2 6'9" pitchers? But
and on
Kevin
top
Davis,
of it, yeah, they were both throwing gas too.
Right. And I think that was really exciting. And then we brought Herzog in, who's just a lefty who just absolutely like crafts the zone. It looked really nice on the mound. I think he will get some starts with the Pistol Shrimp as the season goes on. But, those, along with Laxner and Shanner, combined for the victory in this one for the Shrimp. And just a really good victory for the Pistol Shrimp, 11-5 over Rex. And the extra base hits that I'll get to as the podcast progresses as well started in this game. We talked about the 2 doubles the night before, but the Pistol Shrimp, they put up 6 doubles and 2 home runs in this game. Like that's a very, very good start for a team who's looking to raise those offensive numbers as well. So after 2 games in the season, Pistol Shrimp find themselves 1-1 after this 11-5 victory over Rex. But then they would hit the road the next day and face off against what was one of the best teams in the Prospect League last year. A very, very good organization. You knew it's going to be a tough task, but you knew you were going to beautiful Loeb Stadium for this beautiful game on a Friday night, and the Pistol Shrimp just couldn't sneak out the victory.
Yeah, it was a tough loss, Lucas. 10-9. We unfortunately took the loss on the road, but what a beautiful stadium Loeb Stadium is. I got the chance to travel, and holy cow, that is a fun venue to play at. But the Pistol Shrimp had opportunities, and really, again, the errors, they had more errors than the Aviators in this one. They out-errored Lafayette, if you will, 3-2. And there was a key play in the bottom of the the bottom of the 7th inning that could have had this game tied because of the runs that the Shrimp scored in the top of the 9th inning. The game could have been tied, but unfortunately it was just a tough double given up because our left fielder lost the ball in the lights of the stadium and he could not see the fly ball. That allowed the Aviators to get another insurance run. But we did rally in the top of the 9th inning. We scored 3 runs. The Aviators, their last 2 pitchers, Ian Craigie and Connor Freeze, they just could not find the strike zone for a little bit, and Freeze would eventually end up getting the save. But the Shrimp had a combined 5 walks in that inning, and we scored three runs. So it really was a lot closer than a lot of people make it out to be, because the Shrimp, we gave up a lot of free passes as well, especially earlier in the game. But just some notables here. Damon Castillo had a double, and Ivan Witt really broke out in this one with his first 2 Prospect League hits. And they were both doubles and extra baggers. And the first hit that he had was a 2-run double. That was huge for us as well. Chance Resetich with an RBI. Dio Cornette had an RBI. Castillo with 2 RBIs. Delgado looked good with a walk. In his 1 pinch hit plate appearance, he worked a good count, and he was able to get on base in the top of the 9th. Jarrett Quant, the man from the University of Hawaii who's in with us, he looked really well from both sides of the plate. Not too often you see a college switch hitter, but that was fun to see. And then our starter, Henrik Reinerston, didn't look half bad. He went 4 innings, but the 6 hits on 9 runs, and only 7 of those were earned. But I mean, another thing to look out for there is the base on balls. He gave up 4 free passes. So it really was a tough loss for the Shrimp, but at the end of the day, it was closer than a lot of people think it was, because we really had a chance to come away and tie that ball game in the top of the 9th inning.
Yeah, it feels like the Pistol Shrimp have been in every game so far this season, especially this one. And I was talking about it, and we'll get to it on Sunday. They're getting really good at scoring runs late in games in this one, and they really showed it in this one, scoring 3 to make it a 9-10 game. And Jason Shanner on the mound, too. He kept the Pistol Shrimp in this game, coming in for relief, going 4 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, only 1 walk and 3 strikeouts. That's what you need. That's the reason the Pistol Shrimp are able to do these late inning comebacks, and we'll talk about that on the Sunday game as well, is because pitchers are coming in and keeping them in these games. And I think that's really huge for this Pistol Shrimp team. We talked about the starters, we talked about the bullpen now just looking really good. And then these bats are coming alive. Maybe a slow start in the game, but really it's kind of a slow middle innings we've seen so far. The Pistol Shrimp will get hot, kind of cool down a little bit. And then the 7th will roll around and be like, oh, we got to win a game. Let's go score 3 in the bottom of the 7th and then 2 in the bottom of the 8th to win this victory. So Pistol Shrimp, they're figuring it out. We'd like that spread across all and every inning, but just a close loss of the Pistol Shrimp against a very good team in the Lafayette Aviators. 10-9 loss, now a 1-2 Pistol Shrimp record. Aviators moved to 2-1, and we move on to Saturday, where the Pistol Shrimp returned home for their second home game of the week. It was 96.5 the Wolf Country night at the ballpark. Another exciting Saturday night of festivities, lots of country music blasting, but the Pistol Shrimp, again, just couldn't get it done with the 6-4 loss in extra innings to the Lafayette Aviators.
And what really surprised me about this game is how close the Shrimp really made it and how they were able to stick in. They got out hit by the Aviators 11-3, and obviously when you're getting out hit by 8 hits, you're not going to win too many ball games. And another key stat there, those 4 errors that they put the Aviators right back into this one. But the Shrimp really were patient at the plate. One of the key takeaways I took is you look at the walk numbers here, 10 walks. They got on base from the free pass 10 times. They were holding up. Yeah, both hands.
Let me tell you down 10 walks, but I talked about on the broadcast, 10 walks, 2 hit by pitches, 3 errors. Guess what? That's a lot of free bases. Like that is not something to scoff at. Like the Pistol Shrimp only had 3 hits. That's got to get better because they got the runners on base, couldn't get them in. That's the takeaway. But the Aviators only took 2 walks in this game. Pistol Shrimp took 10. They lead the league in walks and hit by pitches right now. This team is being very patient and very disciplined at the plate, but just not enough if you can't hit the runners in.
Right. But you got to give a lot of credit to, even though he took the loss, Nick Laxner, 4 1/3 inning, gave up just 5 hits, 2 runs, only one of them were earned, and only gave up a free pass while striking out 6. So Nick Laxner really helped keep the Shrimp in this ball game. And Ryan Smith looked like he was going to have a nice start. He unfortunately came out with an injury after just 2/3 of an inning. He had a strikeout. He looked good. And then Daniel Vogt right behind him, coming in for 5 innings, being that long reliever, kind of that second starter, if you will. He looked good. So give a lot of credit to the guys behind Ryan Smith and the Pistol Shrimp pitching staff who were able to keep them within this game, because obviously, the starting pitching and what John Jack thought was going to happen obviously did not go as planned. And sometimes that happens in baseball. It's a very wacky sport at times, and you don't know what's going to happen. So give a lot of credit to the Pistol Shrimp pitchers for keeping us in this ball game. But only 3 hits, and 2 of those 3 hits were extra base hits. But again, a lot of errors in this one, and free passes that allowed the Shrimp to get on, and they just couldn't cash in.
Yeah, I think the big thing there, you're talking about the pitching staff. It's really exciting to see you go 10 innings and you still only use 3 pitchers. The Pistol Shrimp lost their starter after 2 batters and only used 2 other pitchers in a 10-inning game. Just that length, that flexibility for the pitching staff so far for the Pistol Shrimp has been huge. But you're going to keep hyping on those errors, and hopefully this is the last time this season we really talk about these errors. But for the Pistol Shrimp, like you said, that pretty much just gave the Aviators a chance in this game. They gave the Pistol Shrimp 3 themselves, but when you walk 10 times and get 2 hit by pitches and get 3 errors, just have 1 less error and you'll be fine. So that's all it's going to take. But the Pistol Shrimp, they take the loss here, 6-4 to the Aviators, and they move to 1-3. So they would head to Sunday on the road to face off against Rex, looking to just finish the week on a high note. And that's exactly what the Pistol Shrimp did with a 10-8 extra inning victory over Rex, and what was a very exciting back and forth game, Dom.
Well, that must have been a good one to call, Lucas, too. You were on the road with them, and a 4-run 9th inning to come back. The Shrimp able to get it done in Terre Haute at beautiful Indiana State University. Zach Losey ends up getting the start. He gives up just 2 hits and 4 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, gives up only 1 walk, and strikes out 6. So the Ball State kid looked really good there. Then Eben Heine right behind him. I couldn't say too much of the same. Didn't have his greatest stuff that night, but Justin Rios would end up getting the win. Even though he gave up one of those earned runs later in the ball game, he made up for it right away. But I mean, a guy that you really want to talk about here, Dio Cornette, 3 hits, 5 RBIs, a home run, and a double to his name as well. And the bat was really working for him. So you'll like to see guys, even though they're temporary players, like Dio is, I mean, you like to see them swinging the bat and being aggressive in the time that they have with the Pistol Shrimp. It's fun to watch guys like that, especially older, more experienced guys. I mean, obviously you've got guys on full contracts that are older, like Justin Rios, who's going to bring that experience with his 3rd year in the Shrimp, with the Shrimp, excuse me. But when you got a guy like Dio Cornette and you only have him for a few weeks and a couple days extra after that, it's fun to watch guys like that swing the bat and really show what they got in the short amount of time that they're here. So the Shrimp ended it on a good note, and they needed that boy going into today. Luckily, they don't drop to 1-4. Instead, we're 2-3 and 2-3 in division play as well. All of our opponents this week have come from the Wabash River Division in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, it was a full Wabash River Division weekend. In this one for the Rex, I just want to get to it. I got to shout out Justin Rios. I know you did it a little bit, but he came in from center field after hitting all day, playing center field, and came in and pitched 3 1/3 innings to pick up the victory. 2 hits, only 1 run, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. And he also picked up the game-winning hit in the 10th inning. He got an RBI single in like the second or third batter of the 10th to pick up. It was a back and forth game the entire time. He only saw 1 inning in which runs were not scored by either team. So really an exciting day. It was just some really good back and forth baseball. And like you said, that key victory for the Pistol Shrimp. But they do finish the week 2-3, and that's where they sit in the East Wabash River Division. The Shrimp are 2-3, 1-1 at home, 1-2 away, and they sit in third place in the East Wabash River Division. The Wabash Valley Rex sit in fourth after 2 losses to the Pistol Shrimp. That will move them below them. The Danville Dans sit at 3-2 in second place, and Lafayette Aviators sit at 3-2 in first place. So really the closest division race we've seen. Last year, I think the Aviators were like 5-0 at this time. So really this is a good chance for the Pistol Shrimp to have an exciting first half. The same split season as last year we saw for this Pistol Shrimp. They'll play 30 games, the records will reset, and we'll play 30 more looking for a chance in the Prospect League playoffs. So Pistol Shrimp already in it this year with a shot in the first half, and we know they'll be ready to go for the second half because that is the approach of manager John Jakovic. You don't need to win the first half when there's a second half. You'd love to, but you don't need to. And I think that's some stuff that we'll keep an eye on for the Pistol Shrimp. But this team, middle of the pack in most things that they're doing on the average side of things. A 249 team batting average is 10th in the Prospect League. Remember, 16 teams in the league, but they are 7th in ERA at 5.40. But we got some leading categories down there.
Yeah, for hitting, at least Dio Cornette tied 7th with 7 hits in the Prospect League. Chance Resetich also tied 7th with 7 hits. He's an exciting shortstop that's got some great hands over there, and he can swing it. A really solid bat from the right side. And Chance Damon Castillo is tied for first in the Prospect League with 4 doubles. He's really been an extra base hit machine, and especially in his limited time here. Dio Cornette tied for 4th. He's in another category here, 7 RBIs. And that's 4th in the RBI category. Logan Delgado is tied for 1st in the Prospect League with walks with 7. Justin Rios tied for 3rd with 6 walks, and he's also tied in 8th with an on-base percentage of .550 in that category as well. So really, like you mentioned, Lucas, just middle of the pack for everything for these Shrimp. But you're gonna take a 2-3 record like that, but I expect the bats to start waking up here. They've worked some really good counts, and they started to be more aggressive when they get that first pitch fastball. We've seen a lot of these Shrimp hitters just spit on that first pitch off speed, but they're being aggressive and hunting the fastball early in the count, which has allowed them to get those extra base hits that they've so desired.
Yeah, I mean, the Pistol Shrimp are doing some interesting things, I think is the best way to put it. When you just look at average or ERA, they're doing just fine, 7th and 10th. But it's the walks and the on-base percentage and the hit by pitch and the extra bases that the Pistol Shrimp are leading. They're 2nd in the Prospect League with 34 walks. They are 3rd with a .398 team on-base percentage. They are 1st with 11 hit by pitches as a team. And if we finish the year in first place as a team in hit by pitches, I'm going to have to do something because we know that is my favorite stat. So I'm going to put it out there right now. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Maybe I'll let the fans decide. It's not going to be a tattoo or anything. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. But if the Pistol Shrimp finish tie or first by themselves, no tie, when at the end of all 60 games with hit by pitches, I'll have to do something. But also first in extra base hits, which was a category I wasn't expecting us to be in first place as I was going through these stats. But 20 extra base hits as a team, first in the Prospect League. It's that singles when runners are on base where the Pistol Shrimp are lacking, but getting man in scoring position has not been an issue so this far for the Shrimp. And on the pitching side of things, we go back to the individuals in the top 10. No one really there for the Pistol Shrimp because pitching numbers are so weird to start a season. There's like 20 guys with a 0.00 ERA because everyone's pitched once. But Herzog is there technically with a 0.00, but no one else shows up in the strikeouts or anything in the top 10. So hopefully as the weeks progress, we'll see some Pistol Shrimp pitchers separate and put themselves in the top 10 on the Prospect League leaderboards. But that is, where we sit right now, just extra base hits, hit by pitches, walks, and on base percentage. That's where the Pistol Shrimp are really doing really well this year. But Dom, I want to take this time now to talk about this exciting venture that we have started in the Pistol Shrimp Baseball app. I know you have it, Dom. What do you like so much about the Pistol Shrimp Baseball app?
Well, it's just very organized, Lucas. There's so many, different, different features. You can listen live. Yes, there you go. You can listen live to our radio broadcast. You can get prizes. You can get points for attending games. You can check out our online roster. You can check out our schedule. It's really very interactive, very user friendly, very easy for anyone to use. And did we mention you can get prizes, Lucas?
I think we did. Did you see that? Look at that. I can just click a button and I can listen live to Pistol Shrimp baseball games. And guess what, Dom? We've already had 1,000 listeners so far this season. I mean, just tune in. All you got to do is download the Pistol Shrimp baseball app. It's on the Google Play Store or on the Apple Store. It is right there for you. It is free to download. You create an account when you do so, and you get all these perks. But yeah, some prizes. There's rewards right here. Click the rewards thing. Rewards right here. You check in at games, you check in at Pistol Shrimp events, you get coins. And those coins, they get to go to prizes that can get as big as a autographed baseball signed by the entire 2022 Pistol Shrimp team, a special edition super fan t-shirt, and free merch, free drink coupons, free accessories. It's all in there at the Pistol Shrimp baseball app. But unless you download and start checking in at games, you're not going to get anything. But we wouldn't just leave it at that, because if you're not into checking in games, guess what? We have some amazing sponsors, and underneath that, under some offers, there are coupons already in here that are just free for the taking that you can go get right now because you're a fan of Pistol Shrimp Baseball and you download the Pistol Shrimp Baseball app. There is so much exciting stuff in this app. It is all powered by Bill Walsh, and you need to go get it. Every event is in there. Every thing that you need, information, game day information, what's happening at game, who's the food vendors, who we play next, who we play in a week, everything, the roster. You're at a game, you want to know who's playing for the Pistol Shrimp, you download the Pistol Shrimp baseball app and you hit the roster tab. That is all you need to do. So download it. You can head to our website and click those links, or you can just search Pistol Shrimp baseball on the app store, whichever app store that you have. And maybe, Dom, just maybe, it might come up here on the Shrimply Good podcast, because we have all the control, Dom. It's our app. Maybe I can give people some coins. Maybe I can give you some more points. Maybe I can put an offer on there. But you only know that if you're listening to the Shrimply Good podcast every week. Whether you're watching, whether you're listening, you're only going to know whether you are interacting and being with us. So make sure you download that app and make sure you're sticking here. But that's our ad break, or whatever you want to call it. That's our self promo, Dom. Let's get looking at what is going on this week in Pistol Shrimp baseball.
Well, a preview of this week, a lot of different theme nights, a lot of different fun stuff going on at Veterans Memorial and Schweikert Stadium. Monday, today, the day we're recording this podcast, and Lucas will get it out today.
Releasing today. You will
yes.
be to the fans right now. We're recording this morning, and then it'll be with you this afternoon, and you'll be able to see it and know about it before you get to the game at 7:05.
There you go. Well, we've got the Aviators tonight at 7:05. It is H4 family night here at the ballpark, so make sure you're not going to want to miss that 7:05 first pitch. Then Tuesday, which is tomorrow, June 7th, we are going to Springfield to take on the newly formed Springfield Lucky Horseshoes. That game is scheduled for 6:30. Wednesday, we're back home at Veterans against the Clinton Lumber Kings. That pitch at 7:05, and it's scout night, so make sure to head on out to the ballpark. Then Thursday, we've got Clinton again for back-to-back games here at Veterans Memorial. 7:05 first pitch on Thursday, June 9th. And we've got Bill Walsh night, and we appreciate Bill Walsh for sponsoring us with the nice free car that we have that we've been whipping around all over the road. It's been fun to drive that thing around. Then Friday, we travel to Clinton. So a 3-game series with the Lumber Kings, but on Friday, we're on the road. And I believe that is our road trip, Lucas, for our fans. So make sure you get your $45 ticket to the bus. You get a bunch of nice food as well. And head on down. We'll be going to Clinton, Illinois. You'll be traveling with the team, and it'll be a great night to go watch some Pistol Shrimp baseball. And that game is slated for a 7:05 first pitch, or excuse me, 6:30 first pitch. Then Saturday, June 11th, we travel down to Bloomington and Normal to face the Corn Belters. That's a 6:30 start time as well. Then Sunday, we round out the week here at home against the Danville Dans, and that is a 2:05 first pitch. So a little bit earlier. Make sure you're heading out to the ballpark on June 12th, and that is our salute to the military, which is co-sponsored by AT&T. Always an amazing night. We do some great stuff with our first responders and military personnel, and it's always great to honor those who have served our country. So you're not going to want to miss it on Sunday afternoon. But a full week of Pistol Shrimp baseball, and it really is jam-packed, and you're not going to want to miss any of it.
Yeah, don't get ahead of yourself, Don. We have another first responder night. So this on Sunday, just military. We're excited for that. Let me recap. Let me talk to you here. So Monday, today, 4-H night here at the ballpark. The Doghouse LaSalle and Maria's Pizza are our food vendors. 4 different counties of members from 4-H. Lots of groups are coming in attendance. An exciting night for the kids out there, especially if you're a 4-H member. So head on out to the ballpark tonight. On Wednesday and Thursday is the Martin Equipment Youth Baseball Clinic as well. Sign up for that. Closed over a week ago. We have a full camp for both the 9 and 10s and 11 and 12-year-olds. We are really excited. The players will be teaching some really key skills. They'll have a really fun time. That is on Wednesday and Thursday. We are home Wednesday night as well. For Scout Night, the Doghouse LaSalle will be food vending that one for us. Scout Night, we're honoring our boys and Girl Scouts there. It should be really, really exciting. A night of baseball. And I know our very fabulous Abby Widd, our operations supervisor here at Pistol Shrimp, is really excited for that night as well. She'll have a little handprint on that one. Thursday, we got some Bill Walsh night coming your way. Doghouse LaSalle and Mickey's Massive Burritos will be at the ballpark. First food vendor appearance of the 2 years here in the Brew, or I was going to say the Prospect League, but 2 years here in the Illinois Valley that we'll see Mickey's Massive Burritos food vendoring at a game. And then that big bus trip Friday. I am urging fans, take this trip. We are offering you this bus trip. It is such a good deal. It is outworldly such a good deal. You'd pay so much more money if you went yourself. It is $45 now to go on the bus trip. You are getting round trip coach transportation. You know the best part about going somewhere is not driving yourself there. That is the best part about going somewhere. You're getting snacks and 2 drinks, including short hops, on the bus. You are then getting a reserved seat at the absolutely beautiful Nelson Court Field. You're getting sandwich, chips, and 2 drinks at the game. And the bus leaves at 4 p.m. on Friday. So you just have to get off a little bit earlier on work on Friday, but it's a Friday. You're heading to Clinton. You're coming there and back. You don't got to worry about anything, and you have free range. Once you get to the ballpark, you just got to get back on the bus. After the game is over, you'll get to see the Pistol Shrimp play on the road. And as exciting as it is to see the Pistol Shrimp play at home, it's just as exciting to see them go on the road every once in a while. If you have not experienced that and experienced what it's like going somewhere else in the Prospect League, this is the perfect opportunity for you to do that. So I urge you to do that on Friday. Head to our website. The link is up there and on our social media pages to pay and get in a ticket on that fan bus to Clinton. Then Saturday, we are on the road. There's nothing going on here in the Illinois Valley. Enjoy the day off from the Pistol Shrimp, but watch and listen on the Pistol Shrimp Radio Network. Then on Sunday, it's that salute to the military, co-sponsored by AT&T with the Doghouse LaSalle and Big B Barbecue. And then I don't want to forget about this because by the time we get next week's episode out, it's probably going to be a little, I should have told you before. On Monday, June 13th, the YMCA Pool Party and Pizza Players Party takes place. You can meet South Claw Sam and swim with Pistol Shrimp players. It's from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Monday, June 13th at the Illinois Valley YMCA. Y members, you are free. You get to go. You just have to RSVP. Non-Y members, it's $5 for a kid, $20 for a family. And you can RSVP by emailing Peggy C at ymca.org or by calling 815-223-7904. All of that information on our social media and the Illinois Valley YMCA social media as well. That is all the things coming up this week in Pistol Shrimp Baseball. But Dom, I got some reminders there as well. The people got to know we're doing everything at the Pistol Shrimp Baseball games this year. Here's what's happening at every Pistol Shrimp Baseball game this season.
Well, each game down in Peru has beer from Tangled Roots Brewing Company, excuse me. We got cocktails from Star Union Spirits, on-field activities for every age. I'll be emceeing those, so it's always fun with those different games. We've got
Dom. You get to see Dom every time you do those.
You get to see me.
If you just want to meet Dom, that's all you got to do is do an on-field activity.
Just come up to me, say hi. Just be like, hey, I want to play a game in between innings. I'll be like, sure, what's your name? I'll write you down. We've got our So Cute $50,000 shrimp rattle and roll. That's a big game that we do. It's fun. There's a lot of different prizes, a lot of different tiers. You'll roll 5 dice. Now, I'll explain the rules to you if you are a winner, but it's super, super fun to watch people do that because you got a chance to win 5 figures there. And that is a huge thank you going out to So Cute for helping us out with that. We've got our lucky number giveaways from Ferguson, Jersey Mike's, Heritage Health, and the IVYMCA. So you're not going to want to miss those awesome prize packs. And then also, I got a Mr. Sparkle Auto Spa dirtiest car in the lot. If you have the slimiest, greasiest car in the lot on game night, we're going to go look for it in the parking lot, and you might have a chance to win a free Platinum Sparkle from our great sponsors at Mr. Sparkle Auto Spa in Peru. You're not going to want to miss it. We've got so much going on at the ballpark this year. A very, very exciting time to be an Ivy Pistol Shrimp fan. You're not going to want to miss any of it. So many different sponsors, so many different things for you to do at the ballpark besides just watching the ball game. It's a great baseball environment in the Illinois Valley this year.
Yeah, there is always something happening, and that's the stuff that's happening every game, no matter what. But there's so much more. For example, 4-H night tonight, we got 2 more lucky numbers from 4-H coming your way. We got prizes from 4-H for every on-field activity. We got so much exciting stuff. That's happening almost every day at Pistol Shrimp Baseball. So make sure you're coming down to Schweikert Stadium at Veterans Memorial Park in Peru. But we got one more thing left, Dom, here on episode 1 of the 2022 season of the Shrimply Good podcast, presented today by Star Union Spirits. We have the Shrimply Good Players of the Week. We are 1 week in, so we are ready to name our Shrimply Good Players of the Week, presented by Tangled Roots Brewing Company, one of our big beer sponsors here at Pistol Shrimp Baseball, one of our favorite sponsors. They are every week presenting you with your Shrimply Good Players of the Week. And this week we've got 2, as always, like last season. And number 1, I'll take from you, Dom. It's Dio Cornette. 7 for 17 this week, a .412 average, a .500 on-base percentage, a .647 slug on 5 runs, 7 RBIs, 3 walks, a double, and a home run. He is number 1, our Shrimply Good hitter of this week. And Dom, who'd you pick for Shrimply Good pitcher?
Well, our pitcher, we got Jared Herzog. You went just 3 innings and gave up 2 hits in that time, but he struck out 6 batters, and he has not allowed an earned run or even a run at that matter yet in just that appearance that he had against Rex in the second game of the season for the Shrimp. He looked great from the left side. He really commands the zone, like you mentioned, Lucas. Such an exciting young guy to watch out of Rockford University. Jared Herzog will take our Shrimply Good Pitcher of the Week honors for the first week of the 2022 season.
Yeah, he is the only Pistol Shrimp pitcher right now to have that 0-0 sparkling clean ERA. So your Shrimply Good Players of the Week, presented by Tangled Roots Brewing Company, Dio Cornette and Jared Herzog. Congratulations to both of them. You can see that graphic on our social media after the podcast releases. But Dom, that's all we got here on another episode of the Shrimply Good podcast. We hope to see everyone at the ballpark this week for some Pistol Shrimp baseball. If you can't make it to the game, remember, you can listen live for free on the Pistol Shrimp Radio Network on your phone or online on the app or at pistolshrimpbaseball.com. And you can watch every Pistol Shrimp home and away game, but you can see it produced by us at home on Prospect League TV. For every Pistol Shrimp baseball game to watch, just go to prospectleague.tv to learn more. Thank you for stopping by another edition of the Shrimply Good podcast and episode 1 of the 2022 season, presented by Star Union Spirits. For Lucas Burris and Dom Liacone, fear the claw, and we'll see you next week.
Do the pistol shrimp. Do the pistol shrimp.